What going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another live streamed episode of A Different Day with Jah and
it's Neci. Good afternoon.
How's it going? It is officially the first day of February 2026.
Is it? You sure?
You've made it through the 3 months of January.
You sure? Like, it's safe to breathe? Is it safe to exhale?
Yes. Listen, I don't know what happened, but can we all agree that January was the longest 6 months of our lives? I don't know what do you think was different this time? What do you think made it feel so long, like the first month of the year, and it just felt like forever?
Honestly, most Januaries, there's no month that is exempt from having bad situations. But January has consistently been the month that has like really big issues, like between like the floodings and the hurricane. Like there was there was the situation in some of those foreign countries. They have a lot of big, Kobe died. Like, the space shuttle exploded. Like January, I was just full of some really heavy negative energy. And I guess we gotta embrace it, but it's not something that we should embrace. But
yeah,
it's right after the new year. You just renew, you did all your little repenting, you have your objectives for the year, you're positive, and January is like bad.
True. Yeah. You made a plan. I got something for you. It's the year that Trump got back into office. It's when the new president takes his place, his or her place.
Cool,
Happy Black History Month. We're officially in Black History Month. Boop. If you're just now tuning in, please go ahead and share the live. Let people know that A Different Day with Jah Neci is on and popping. We're on the air. And speaking of on the air, me and Neci were just discussing trying to get back on the radio station 101.3 because we were having some technical difficulties. We got off, but we may be back on. We're going to talk to Big Ro and see what's going on because if I'm not mistaken, the problem is fixed. But you'll know as soon as we know, all right? So how was your week? It's Sunday, going into a whole nother week. Did you get a chance to decompress? Did you get any good time off? No?
I worked yesterday. I had my 6 days, my 6-day work week this week. So you know how that goes. I did have some good news happen. So that was good. That I already shared with you. So that's always great. But I might be begging here and there. Just, send me a little, a little something to hold your girl over. That's all,
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Nah, we know you're making the big bucks over there. You ain't fooling nobody. You got the real career. What boy said with the R's? Was it you or Akila said we got career with R's?
Careers.
Yeah, you good, man. You good.
You see, this is the problem when black folks are asked for help and they see what the first thing he said, oh, you good, you get a big. No, like I just said, I might beg and need a little some.
No, I got you. I got you. But you are strong.
Spaghetti and ground beef, some.
Noodles cheap, you good. Afternoon, what going on? Dolce in the building. Big up the James sisters. We're going to get straight into the news. All right. This is by Neci request. We're going to jump straight into the news. This week, we didn't even know where to start because this week has been a doozy, especially for the Virgin Islands. Hey, the women, oh my God, the women, y'all, you know what's going on with y'all? But y'all need to simmer down. Y'all been busy. So this week, this is the first time I've ever seen this, right? VIPD made an arrest and they made a video for it that was very dramatic movie style. You would think this was SWAT or Bad Boys 6. So watch this and keep in mind, they didn't do all this editing and drama for when the OMB commissioner and those guys were arrested and all. But there was an arrest dealing with DHS. We're going to show you that right now.
Come in this car. Bring in this car. Bring up the close with that. Do me a favor.
It's the drama and slow motion for me. I ain't never seen a slow motion arrest in VIPD history, but I don't know. You tell me.
I never seen it, Nina.
That's what threw me off. This is no laughing matter. First, let me say this is actually no laughing matter. However, when I saw the video, the first thing I thought of, when did VIPD start doing videos through CapCut? When they start editing videos? This is new. But this happened this week recently, and we're gonna go into it. It's when one of the smiles, It's when one of them smiled while getting arrested for me. Yeah, I checked that out. Govey adding that to his documentary. Yeah, he gonna claim he did the arrest. All right, so here's the story. Magistrate Judge Yolin Brow Ross advised all 11 defendants accused of Medicaid fraud of their rights today in Superior Court before they all pleaded not guilty to multiple charges. Not guilty, they said. A Virgin Islands Department of Justice investigation led to the arrest on Wednesday of 6 employees of the VI Department of Human Services and 5 of their family members or associates. The defendants, including suspended DHS employees who work in the Medical Assistance Program, MAP, or Medicaid and SNAP, allegedly misused government computer systems to alter or override eligibility safeguards, resulting in the unlawful disbursement of about $309,099.44 in Medicaid funds that the territory lost as a result, according to the DOJ. All the defendants are charged with Medicaid fraud, accessing a computer for fraudulent purposes, and fraudulent claims against the government. If convicted, they are facing up to 5 years in prison for both Medicaid fraud and accessing a computer for fraudulent purposes, while the maximum penalty for fraudulent claims against the government is up to 2 years in prison. Additionally, Nunez, Victor Davis, Luis, Montanez, and Frederick were also charged with embezzlement, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. Since all the defendants were arrested pursuant to a warrant, Brow Ross told them probable cause had already been found. While advising the defendants of their rights, Brow Ross told them they have the right to an attorney. They were all represented by the Office of the Territorial Public Defender during today's arraignment only. The magistrate judge told them an attorney would be provided for them if they cannot afford to hire one on their own. Update: since this has happened, their defender has since recused himself. We don't know specifically why. The Office of the Territorial Public Defender filed a motion to be relieved, there it is, as counsel for all the defendants to avoid the appearance of impropriety or possible conflict of interest. Brow Ross also advised the defendants of their right to remain silent to prevent self-incrimination. She told them they do not have to give a statement. If they choose to give a statement, she told them anything they say can and likely will be used against them in court. She said they have a right to have an attorney present if they choose to give a statement. She told them they have the right to a speedy public jury trial, informing them that they are presumed innocent and the burden of proof lies with the prosecution. She told them they have the right to seek the court's assistance to call witnesses during trial. She said they have the right to testify themselves, but it is not required. She told them they have the right to bail. All the defendants posted bail Wednesday except Saldana Nunez and Gaston. Saldana Nunez was released from custody on Wednesday, even though she did not post bail. Gaston remained detained, appearing in court in red attire courtesy of the Virgin Islands Bureau of Corrections. Bail for all the defendants were set at $5,500. All the defendants posted the full bail amount on Wednesday except Frederick, who posted 10% or $550. Saldana Nunez was allowed to post 10% today, while Gaston was allowed to post 4,000 today. During their arraignments, all the defendants pleaded not guilty to all charges filed against them and requested speedy jury trials. Brow Ross noted their pleas and granted their request for speedy jury trials. All the defendants are expected to be tried together as co-defendants. Their case has been assigned to Judge Ernest Morris Jr. A discovery conference for all defendants is scheduled for 9 a.m. on May 6th. Let me read these comments real quick. Yeah, and the music definitely added something from that arrest video. You come to be messy today. I'm playing Until Dawn for the first time. I believe this was done to make it better for somebody already in trouble with the feds. Aye, man, gobble a smile up. That smile, listen, they were thick. Them girls that were arrested, they were eating. They eating it. They kind of thick. I'll say that. But let me keep it. Hey, Fed money is something I would never play with. TSA agents even scare me. Yes, the federal. Listen, one entity for sure is the taxman. The taxman, and then apparently the feds, because I seen another raid that happened. I ain't gonna call no names. Wait, which police? Won't conflict of interest always happen here though? The island is small as hell. I went to school with majority of those women. Yeah, I mean, I would assume so, and then it's so many co-defendants. I would assume that it'll be hard to find someone that doesn't have a conflict of interest at some point. Good afternoon. The one arresting the lady in the, oh God, come on though, Tion.
So I could gobble over the girl smile when she was saying, but she can't ask a question. You see how this is the double-sided is happening right here? The girl smile when she was saying, I watch them comments, you know. IOVI man was in there ready to bail she up before she even booked.
I saw one of them in 2+2 the same day of the arrest in the same clothes in the mugshot. Hey, I tell you what, there's one of them with the pretty item, we'll say. Like, she can't stop getting caught for fraud. Like, fraud is her thing. Like, that's her career. Jesus. But here are the pictures of the 11 people. Carmen Nunez, Shantanisha Victor, Karen Blyden, Shane Gaston, Sharon Olivia Henry, Donika Lewis, Canera, Chanel Frederick, Shanoya Hendrickson, Lisa Manelli Montanez, Clarissa L. Nunez, Akeem Noel Davis. All right. Man, I can't win. We know you're looking. Listen, we on the same page. It's just not right now. Hold it down. Now, I had made a post on the same difference page after seeing this. It was funny. We were making the jokes about, the editing of the camera and all of that other stuff. However, I made this post and I wanted to do a video because I could not believe the responses from this post saying that I'm justifying what was done, right? So I wanna clarify it now. All jokes aside, with economic conditions, cost of living, and the state of the VI's infrastructure the way it is, what do we expect? You can't jail away this issue. People fighting to just survive. The root cause needs to be addressed. Now, from that post, what do you take away from that, Neci?
I think that the problem with our economy needs to be addressed. And I also think the problem with our government's financial structure needs to be addressed, because it seems like a very common thing for people to be able to manipulate the system in order to benefit themselves or someone else. And to me, that shows that you have a very weak financial system in place that too many people are using for their own benefit.
Absolutely. So there is a problem. There's a root problem that we're not addressing. Like you're saying, And I thought it was clear in what I was saying that that's what I'm talking about. But maybe it was too soon for me to say, hey, let's fix this problem or let's start talking solutions. Because I think it was the same day it happened. The poverty wages got to go.
Most people have the ability to read. Not everyone comprehends.
True. The bigger problem is that we don't have affordable health care. And I ain't even going to talk about that. Because they don't really say justifying. Somebody said, oh, they Robin Hood. They were giving benefits to people that didn't qualify. I ain't even going to say nothing about that thing. I don't really dislike me then. Because if I'm not mistaken, healthcare is mandatory in the United States and its territories, right? You have to have it, some kind. No matter how expensive or inexpensive it is, you have to have healthcare. So you're making it mandatory, but it's also expensive as hell. So when we see people getting arrested for putting people on that didn't qualify, I'm supposed to be mad at them. All right. The amount of fraud happening, the government got to see the people are desperate. My insurance premium went up, but yet same services, nothing added. Correct. Hey, free Luigi. That's all I got to say. Free Luigi, my son. I don't qualify either, but yet can't afford to even go to the damn dentist. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just random people. These are people that you know that are feeling it every day by a mandatory program that some are being priced out of. And just last year, the Republicans went ahead and put through their quote-unquote big, beautiful bill that discontinued the subsidies. So it was already high as hell. They stopped the subsidies that were trying to lower it. Now it's going into effect this year. So now you're putting more weight on poor people back for something that you have to have. But yeah,
and you can't afford it without it.
Exactly. I don't understand, and you don't see the correlation between low wages in a place where the cost of living is exorbitantly high, in a place where it's $3.99, $3.79 a gallon for gas is cheap. You could get a one bedroom for what, $1,200, and you making out like a bandit. How much is your last WAPA bill? People, think about that. That's not normal. So get $1,000 electricity bill and you're not a company, you're not a corporation somewhere. That's not normal. But hey, what do I know? And that's what I was talking about. That's what I was saying, because people had issues with the part where it says you can't jail away this issue. People fighting to just survive. I meant that literally. Just putting these people in jail over and over and over and over and over again without addressing what the issue is, it's not going to make the problem go away. There's damn near a direct link to poverty / low income to crime. When people have 800 credit scores, a good job, benefits, pension, and a 401k and stocks that are rising, they do not be robbing people. When you're getting money, you ain't worried about doing fraud. But again, what do I know?
Yeah, because I honestly, like, this isn't gonna be the last time this happened. Like you said, like it's a two-folded situation. People are, and I don't support it. I'm not condoning it. I'm not even encouraging it. But it can continue to happen. But what I will say to people listening is, it's important that you really, and I'm not saying that you're not balancing your finances. I'm saying assessing your priorities to ensure that you can at least stay afloat. There was a point in my life where I hit a really hard time. I had to choose between WAPA and paying car notes. I had to do all of that. But you also know what I was doing? My hair was getting done, my nails were getting done, my phone getting done. I had cable, I had this, I had to cut all them stuff out of my house. Okay, not saying that people aren't doing what they need to do or cutting unnecessary bills. This is not a blanket statement for every single person. I am saying that I took extreme measures to try to cut costs where it was not necessary and really try to get a hold of myself to improve myself. And it doesn't work for everybody. It's not a today for tomorrow situation. You know, If I need to eat noodles all week, I don't eat noodles all week. You know what I mean? I can't go out to lunch. I can't go out to dinner. If I can't, I can't. And sometimes it's okay when you can't do something that you really want to do. And there's times where you do take a moment and you splurge yourself and do something good for yourself. But if you know that's not your way of being every single day, then you can't do that every single day. And so there's a self-accountability that we need to have. There is a problem economically in our society that needs to be, it's beyond overdue for addressing. And the government financial structure is garbage, apparently, because the way people could just go and steal money it's almost every department. How do people in the same department all the time? And it's every department. That is beyond red flags for me. That needs an overhaul.
Peter says, Neci, I can relate. Literally had to choose between therapy or my WAPA bill last month. People are making these choices every day. Your neighbor, regular people.
Yes, you got cut, and I'm not saying that we should have to live that way. I'm saying sometimes your financial situation does get away from you. Sometimes you have a hold on it. Sometimes you're ahead. You could fall behind. What they say when you when you got your money in the bank, the card start to cough.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. That's real.
Yeah. So I understand. Peter, I get it. Trust me 100%. It's really hard.
Now, I would never, let me put this disclaimer out. I would never condone taking money away from our most vulnerable population and try to justify it. Maybe I should have known better than to just put that out there. I should have put the disclaimer first. But even after I tried to explain every sentence that people had an issue with, they still said I was trying to justify what was done. No, at this point, you just don't want to understand what I'm saying.
There's a reason what was done happens and continue to happen.
Exactly.
And there's a repeat of what happened, right? And so if we're not even wanting to say there is a bigger issue with our economy, which everyone is suffering from. Look how many businesses closed between infrastructure, WAPA, and other things that they can't manage. There's a lot of businesses that closed last year. And then we have no replacements for those businesses. So where are we buying all our stuff that we need from? Kmagan, where we buying them from? Walmart have imposing fee for tariff things, so we can't ship with Walmart. Amazon is the same problem. We can't import them. So now we have all these stores and Plaza and the market and all these trying to bring in little things that they think people need, so that at least if we need to, we can buy things locally, right? But we don't have no big department store to go in and buy stuff that we normally need all the time. Now we have to be shipping things and importing things, people's mailing box for you, for things that you need. There is a big problem economically. There is a huge issue.
And I know. We're not trying to be doom and gloom, but
no, it's reality. How you feel.
What Neci just said about the big box store or the department store closing down, the only one that's on the island leaving, that's a real indicator of economic downturn. That's a terrible place to be in. As many people might see it as, one less place to shop. Your last big box store going away, it's a very problematic sign. Darren says, I didn't even crack jokes or made light of the arrest. It's really hard in the VI. Not condoning the situation, but we need to address the core problem. I hate that you have to always put that disclaimer in there. Not condoning what they did. No, we're not condoning crime. We're saying we understand why this happened and what needs to happen to stop. You could literally stop crime if you stop poverty, but you can substantially decrease it if they started working on the solutions. Who is working on solutions right now? Really? Saida Carter says, let's look at the big money, teach them. It's not a justification, but folks want to live and breathe. Two of those people are parents of my students. We have work to do. Look at the offerings for new leaders. We have slim pickings. America is literally cutting us off from the rest of the world if you think about it. Ordering is expensive and no local stores, aka a Walmart, etc. That's facts. Them tariffs been killing America. since they've been enacted back in last January. And everyone else is doing better. America is hurting from them same tariffs that he won't just let up on and say, okay, I was wrong.
Wrong?
Why would I expect that, right? Now, maybe Roland Martin can explain it better than me. You know, he knows big words. He graduated from a big HBCU and stuff. So I'm going to let Roland Martin try to break down what I was saying or give you the gist of what I was saying, even though he's specifically referring to the U.S. Virgin Islands. He's referring to another community in the States. It's all the same when it comes to poverty and crime. Check this out.
I'm not denying there's crime, because hell, there's crime in rural America. These things are happening in rural America every single day. But you see, the response to crime by white folks is always more cops. Now, I just laid out to y'all that when we talk about crime, it's called preventative measures. Why is Baltimore's crime so low? We're going to have the mayor later this week. Baltimore's crime is down because the mayor enacted a series of policies that addressed the root cause.
Plain and simple. He started addressing the root cause of the crime and it started to go down. You'd think that'd be simple, right? But who in the U.S. Virgin Islands has even proposed real legislation to lower the poverty? These men is arguing over whether they should raise the minimum wage or not. All right. But when it came time, they were ready for their raises, though, right? Govey still mad he retiring with an extra paycheck. We know he was vexed. He immediately started retaliating. But when regular people say, hey, I need more money, that sounds crazy and the excuses come up. I need more money to exist. That's all, just to exist. But we off this now. All right, so to the good news. To the good news now. All right, we do have some good news for this week or recently. Teen baseball standout, 18-year-old O'Shea James. Oh, he one of yours? He one of Iowa? O'Shea James made history this January. You're muted, miss.
Oh. I said I claiming he said it. That's all that matters.
Oh, man. He made history this January as the only player selected from the U.S. Virgin Islands to compete in the Future Stars Caribbean Classic New Balance Series, held January 17th to the 19th in Santo Domingo, DR. Can you read this? Your glasses working today? They turn on? You can read this.
I don't like how you playing me on the live, you know. I mean like how you like how you
Jay, can you read? Is the prescription turned all the way up? Can you read this going forward?
I don't have my progressives them yet, okay? I'm waiting on them.
Oh man, so I can't. Oh man, I gotta keep going.
I can read. I have to take my glasses off to read. Go ahead.
Oh,
let me read.
Here we go.
That is tiny, no man. James was selected by Arnold Brathwaite, a scout for the Future Stars series and a native of St. Croix, to represent the Virgin Islands as part of a combined USA team made up of players from across the mainland United States. He was accompanied on the international trip by his parents, Renice and Floyd James, who traveled to support him throughout the tournament. Big up to Renice and Floyd. They're really amazing parents, by the way. They always out with the kids everywhere.
So he is one of yours.
No, he's not. But I know Renice. Okay. I know Renice. Right. So gotcha. That's why I said that. Yeah. The event brought together teams from the United States, the Dominican Republic, and Venezuela, placing James on an international stage against top regional talent. The USA squad went undefeated, winning all 5 of its games during the Martin Luther King Jr. weekend tournament. James began playing baseball at a young age, first stepping onto the field around age 5. While he explored other sports during his early childhood and elementary years, baseball quickly became the one he gravitated towards most. By the time he reached junior high school, James decided to focus solely on baseball, setting aside other sports to devote himself fully to his development on the diamond. His parents say that the decision marked a turning point as his discipline and consistency became more pronounced. James frequently competed in older age brackets and traveled off island to compete in high-level events, gaining exposure to stronger competition and preparing himself for opportunities beyond the territory. James credits much of his development to coach Alvin Lynch. Alvin?
Yeah, Aaron.
Oh, Lynch, who has worked closely with him since his youth. Lynch described James as a natural two-way player with strong defensive ability, pitching potential, and a steady drive that has remained consistent over time. You always want to be ready, Lynch said. You can't train right before an opportunity and expect results. O'Shea was ready when the call came. The recognition extended beyond the field. Jeremy Booth, president and CEO of the Future Stars series, praised James not only for his performance, but for how he represented his home. It was an honor to have O'Shea James with us. He represented his country and his family exceptionally well, Booth said. It's notable that Virgin Islands produced such a well-spoken, talented young man to be a part of what we were doing for the first time. Booth described James as a true two-way prospect with significant upside, noting his ability to field, hit, and command the mound with 3 pitches. Despite his youthful appearance, Booth said James showed advanced composure and efficiency, particularly against Dominican hitters. My screen changed, hold on. Okay. He carved hitters up at the Dominican seamlessly and efficiently, Booth said. He profiles as a likely college first player with real impact potential.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So that last line, he profiles as a likely college first player with real impact potential. That boy going places, man. He said he carved hitters up. Oh.
That's what they do. They produce athletes. We appreciate them.
Congratulations to the James family. Apparently no relation, but big up by yourself. That's dope. I produce a great one. He gonna do great things. It seems like he's already on his way. That's what's up. Now, I don't know who knows I like the guy, so I follow him, and I'll say this first. I truly believe that Black journalists all need to leave the national, and they need to leave the news station them and all going to work with each other. They all need to be in business with each other because there's too many Black voices being silenced. One of which, who's currently going through it, is Don Lemon. Him and 3 other people were jailed this Thursday. They were put in jail this Thursday, and here's what's going on. So former CNN anchor Don Lemon was indicted Friday on federal civil rights charges related to his coverage of a protest inside a church in Minnesota earlier this month, amid President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. Protesters interrupted a service at City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota on January 18th to demonstrate against one of the pastors who reportedly served as an immigration and customs enforcement officer. Now, him and 3 other people, one of which I don't know this person, but her name is Georgia Ford, and apparently she's also an independent Black journalist and very popular also. My boy, the Don. Listen, they arrested the wrong Don. That's all I'm gonna say. Good afternoon, Vito. What you say? So here is Miss Georgia Fort with the ICE agents. She decided to go live with the ICE agents outside her home. They were just going around looking through her window, right? And I gotta say, she's very brave, because you get flashlights and things outside your window and you decide, let me go live and tell people what's going on. So check this out.
You guys, I wanted to alert the public that agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised to go with them, I guess, down to Whipple. And my children are here. They're impacted by this. This is all stemming from the fact that I filmed a protest as a member of the media. We are supposed to have our constitutional right of the freedom to film, to be a member of the press. I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press. Because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming the church protest a few weeks ago. Again, I don't have a long time here, you guys, but I wanted you to know, for me, agents are at my door right now. My attorney has spoken with them. I did send a relative outside to talk to them. They're showing some type of documentation, apparently, that they got an indictment from a grand jury. I knew that I was on a defendant's list. I did not publish it because it was under seal. And so we've done everything that we can to try and abide by, the advice of our attorneys. But right now, you guys, I wanted you to know I'm going to have to hop off here and surrender to agents as a member of the press. I filmed the church protest a few weeks ago, and now I'm being arrested for that. It's hard to understand how we have a constitution, constitutional rights, when you can just be arrested for being a member of the press. We've seen all these violations. All right, you guys, I gotta go. They're knocking.
Yep, she's coming right now.
Give me 1 second. All right, guys.
You want to?
All right, so this commenter is saying 9 people got arrested, not just 3 as you stated. As far as I know from the reports, as of January 31st, it was just 4. The 9 that you speak of, I don't know if it's all under the same case or what, but I know of the 4. Lemon's First Amendment right doesn't give him right to violate mine. It doesn't work like that. Should have left when he was asked. Yeah, I'm going to show you why that doesn't make any damn sense shortly. All right. So he got released and his husband was not playing backup. Also found out he was gay at that same moment. I don't know how you didn't know Don Lemon was gay.
Listen.
Okay. He's been out like for a while. So
I want to know
if you
Anderson
ever-
Cooper is too.
Yeah, and Cooper, listen, these men are some of the bravest. So I don't even go off of that, because I remember Anderson Cooper like saving people like out in war zones and stuff. So all that stuff about gay men being weak, I don't know. But I mean, there you go. Neci.
My man. Ooh, look at my baby.
Yeah, if you didn't know Don Lemon was gay, well, you know now.
Woo.
Yeah, clearly. And anyway, he been out for 10 plus years. Yeah, I'm saying. I don't be pressed about their personal lives. LOL, I always love them regardless. So yeah, he does great work. I'll give him that. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of his New Year's Eve when he used to be drunk as hell. That was the real Don. That's when I knew you don't belong on CNN. You need to do your own thing, Don. We need to see the real you. And ever since, we've been seeing the real Don Lemon, and I love it. Because he be out in the streets and people will press him and he don't care. Like he'll have people just harass him, cuss him out, and he'll still try to talk to them. So I listen, this iteration of Don Lemon, I'm a fan of. I ain't gonna lie. So him and 3 others, as of January 31st, he says 9. I don't know if it's linked to this or not, because I haven't seen that. but they were arrested. Don Lemon was released the Friday, and then he came right out with a statement, wasted no time.
I want to thank everybody for their support. It truly means the world to me. I had no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
Not a lick of fear in his voice, from what I understand. It doesn't sound like
confident. You see how he stood there, and then when you see that picture, you pop out, he holding his man hand, how he get a little giddy look. Listen, night and day, I know how to do my job. I've been doing it for 30 years. Okay.
Exactly.
How do you arrest me for covering the news?
Thank you. And that's why his First Amendment right doesn't give him the right to violate mine. It doesn't work like that. Should have left when he was asked. Now, okay, his First Amendment right is freedom of speech. He's also a member of the press. We've known he's been a member of the press for 30 years. He was doing his job. Now, when you're doing your job of covering a story, and he's made it very clear that he was covering that story, it'll be very hard to prove in a court of law, which is why 2 federal judges declined to even take this case, and they had to convene a grand jury that would do what they say in order to even take this any further. Because imagine trying to say that Don Lemon was breaking the FACE Act, right? While he's talking to parishioners, while it's going on. You think a parishioner that's scared or that they're destroying all the stuff and they're disrupting service will have a talk with someone else? So let me show you why Don Lemon gonna get away with this, because he was doing his job. Let me show you this video.
We're not part of this, but we're here just reporting on them. So I'm just going to be as respectful as possible. I'm not here to intimidate anybody. I'm just here to chronicle and to get some answers.
So you see what he did? From what I understand and what I just listened to, he made it clear why he's there. He identified himself as a member of the press, and he also distanced himself from the protesters. So how can he be a part of the protest if he's telling them who he is? And I'm not with those guys.
So the protesters are confronting church members and leaders. They have stopped the service. A lot of people, a number of people have left. There are some who are still sitting here.
Are you okay with the injustice that's happening within your city? We pray for justice. Are you okay? No, so you're not okay with
I'm just here. I'm just here photographing.
Are you okay with the
I'm not part of the group. I'm just here photographing. I'm a journalist.
I'm just here photographing. I'm a journalist. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I'm not surprised of what's happening with the overreach. Of course, we know it's been happening. We've been seeing a lot of news outlets not accurately reporting the truth. It's mostly being done by individual sources who either were present, releasing footage to show what truly happened. I mean, they just called the guy Petty that they killed last week a terrorist, and luckily people were there who saw and had footage was like, how is this man labeled a terrorist? If we had no accurate footage of what happened, we would have had to take in the word of the people in charge that this man was a terrorist. we know he's not. And so I'm loving that there's an outrage. We tell her, yo, what's gonna happen? But unless some people feel it themselves, they don't get it. So I'm hopefully this is just the Handmaid's Tale. I watch Handmaid's Tale, okay? We about to cross over right there. Because we're getting really close. If I notice. It's one thing at a time, the systematic cancellation of things and whatever. Right now they're talking about sending unwed women to camps. Okay? So what kind of camp are you going to? Now you come back married? Okay, cool, no problem. I don't pay attention, it's not up to me. So I tell you that right now.
So
what kind of camp you going till you come back married?
On a scale of 1 to the Handmaid's Tale, how far away do you think we are from that dystopian future?
We already passed mark of 5, so we're between 6 to 10.
Damn.
Because it's not a one shot thing, it's a systematic thing.
Yeah.
They don't even want we go Canada no more?
I don't tell her, yo, we need to go make our trips before we can't. And I ain't studying me, I said, let we go Brazil before they stop us.
You need to come out of the US because I could go to a British country and leave. You got to leave the US. I could cross over. That's me,
For those who may have asked, after they heard about Don Lemon and the others being arrested, what is the FACE Act? The FACE Act was originally proposed in Congress to protect people seeking reproductive health services, and it has typically been used in prosecuting protesters who block entrances to medical clinics providing abortions. During the bill's consideration, an amendment was added to protect religious freedoms as well. Under the law's penalties, first-time violators could face fines or up to a year in jail. People found to have violated the act more than once could face more severe penalties. Lemon and the other defendants were indicted on one charge of conspiracy against right of religious freedom at place and one charge of acting to injure, intimidate, and interfere with exercise of right of religious freedom in a place of worship. The complaint also states that Lemon was involved in planning the protest and that he withheld details of these plans in his reporting leading up to the demonstration. Do we believe that? Trump has peaked physically and politically. Tell his cankles that. It's the natural law and MAGA leaders know it. 29 Republicans have already dropped. MAGA cult cowards screeching and imploding. It will be over soon. I don't know. We gonna see come November. Technically, my people them British. Pip pip cheerio and all that. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but it's like they watch Handmaid's Tale and took notes. Get your dual citizenship. I don't even know where the other place I would get a citizenship. Ghana's open. They calling for us, But hey, I really do want to go to Brazil before they close the borders. Lock us in it.
Can we even go to Brazil?
We could go now. I wouldn't mind going and can't come back.
Don't let people tell you and they tell you we're going next week, because you know how they be.
You see, this is why, listen, when I tell you she making big money, I mean it, This girl will be, hey, let me go Brazil. I'm thinking 3 months from now, let me get my money up. No, next week. Next week? This next week? Which next week? No,
they're like, John joke, yeah, tell you let me go Brazil, but he was like, he want to go. I was like, okay, when? Next week. I was like,
you see what he's talking about? Who just gets up and be like, let's go Brazil next week? And serious, I don't have the money to go next week. I jokey. Okay, Miss Bezos. Man.
Oh gosh.
The influencer I Show Speed is over in Ghana right now. I thought he'd finish his Africa tour. Shout out I Show Speed, man. Because he really has shown, more than speed, he's shown what Africa actually looks like to a lot of young people that believe that Africa is all just sand and, you know what I'm saying?
Huts.
Like, and huts, and it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
A seat in Texas just turned blue for the first time since 1992. That's how great Trump is doing. Hey, November, man. Here she, next week. Can't do it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I thought you can't go Brazil without a 5K. I don't even know what that means. What is a 5K?
No, because some of these countries are implementing visas and a fee for you to come because
You
of
see,
the
'cause we
whole
don't like-
situation. So I don't know
No.
if they're on the list or not, but that's why I said if you could even go. That's why I had said that.
Yeah, I looked out. Neci, can you look up? Meantime, please.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but that's what's going on with Don Lemon and those protesters. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, man. They are not going to be able to, at least Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, they're not going to be able to make that case stick. They're journalists. They're documented journalists. And you think this man of 30 years, I've been a journalist for 30 years, you think he said that stuff on camera by accident? No. He said on camera while live streaming to God knows how many people he had streaming at the time, I am a journalist. I'm not with the protesters. I'm just here photographing. And then how hard will it be to prove or to say that this man was protesting and destroying stuff and blocking entrances if he's on live stream talking to protesters and churchgoers? Come on. You remember anybody during January 6th protesting and like doing interviews? Bye.
So I looked it up. It says you can't. It says it. I'm sorry. It says entering Brazil is based on your nationality. As of April 10, 2025, citizens from the USA, Canada, and Australia require an e-visa for tourism or business stays up to 90 days.
An e-visa.
So you do need a visa to go. It doesn't say anything about the 5K. But of course, it just says read more, blah, 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 blah. So I'll see about the...
Okay. Compliments to Neci hairstyle today. They loving your hairstyle, man.
Oh, thank you.
Don't forget to mention why the protest was happening. Oh, yeah. How can we forget? F-ICE. So, the protest, the reason why the protesters invaded that church's space is because the leader of the church is a documented ICE officer. I did read that, didn't I? The pastor was the ICE official reportedly. Yeah, he was. Thought I did read that from the news. And on to the next thing. Listen, I'm sick of hearing about this woman, but she cares. You see what I'm saying? The women this year. January has been tough for the ladies. I can't stop hearing about Sha'Carri Richardson, and I wish that we would. She cannot stay out of jail for nothing. Is she and her boyfriend the new like Whitney and Bobby? What do you think?
I'm sick of that too.
I'm sick of that. Once again, Sha'Carri Richardson has been arrested. She's been arrested for speeding. Check out the officer that was tailing her. Look at him as he documents the chase.
You're flashing them to get out of your way, are you? Let's give you a path to get past them. See what you do. Passing the car at 101, 103, 104. Gonna be 429 northbound at Stony Brook, Florida tag. On a gray Aston Martin and an occupants.
$104 in an Aston Martin, and I know I love to say give grace, give grace, give grace, but damn, man, how much grace I got?
Okay, so hear me out.
Oh God.
I'm saying to give grace, right? But you don't cruising in 20 miles an hour in Aston Martin. You know what I mean? The 105. She needed to be on a better road to be doing that. But it's Aston Martin now. They're begging to don't get arrested. Mama, you know what you were doing. Mama, you know you're pressing the pedal. You know what you were doing. So I don't feel bad for her getting arrested, but you gotta own it. She gotta own that. Like, was it worth it? That's all it is. Was it worth it? Being able to cruise down that Aston Martin in 105. Is it worth it? You know? But how is the boyfriend arrested? Was he in the car?
Apparently he showed up.
I don't understand the story.
Apparently he showed up and he was resisting when he did it, and he got locked up also. Simp of the year, and it just turned February and he already gained the Simp of the Year award. Listen.
He came to defend his woman.
He shouldn't even be with her because, to refresh people's memory, a couple months ago, she was trying to get him locked up after she put hands on him in an airport, caught on camera at the airport. She tried to get him locked up. It didn't work. She got locked up, and they still together.
See that? I ain't forgot. But toxicity just makes more toxicity, and clearly they like toxicity.
Me hear nothing toxic about Pana yet, but like.
And my thing is, I don't even know what state she was in when she got arrested. Because if she go to the Big T, they cruising altitude is 70, so she would have been okay. And the Big T stands for Texas, by the way. They cruise at about 65, 70. That's regular cruising out. Cruising altitude right there.
Listen to this. Look at it. Leandre, my sweet thing. I love crazy, you know what? That pom-pom guy be top tier, God level, drippy.
He's talking about who, Sha'Carri?
Yeah.
That's his
I think so. Isn't it? I think so. She needs to be in Texas. She needs to be in jail.
See, you remember the Big T, Texas? That's the cruising altitude right there. 70, about 17.
But it was 70, then she did 30 miles over that day.
But she wasn't in Texas. In Texas, 70 is the new 25, like a 25, 30, and 7. That's the difference. That's what I'm saying.
80 mile per hour. Where? Not I-4 even. 75. So 120, she go to 120. Where do you need? He talking about you. My bad. You still like them toxic, but yeah, my mistake. He talking about you. Too much grace. Mama gotta lock in. She gotta be locked up. She need to stay in there. I ain't hear what I'm saying. She need to do some months at least. I always wonder between Sha'Carri and her boyfriend, who is faster. Clearly she is.
More than likely he is, because most male runners can outrun the female runners.
I know who faster to get in trouble. Stupid. She went straight and it's been downhill ever since. You see how they still blame him, man? What?
I mean, she been getting in trouble before she met him, so I can't.
Exactly.
We're not going to do that.
Orlando, Florida. That's where she was. Orlando, Florida has new felony laws over 10 months. Florida sucks in their law. They be trying to tax people for everything, and on the road they don't play. I got a ticket there once for backing into a parking space.
You can back into parking spaces?
Yes. In this particular parking lot, you can't. They don't want you to back in.
That, to me, that's a better route, because then when you're leaving, you have a clearer view when you're exiting.
No. I got a ticket for it. Anyway. That man said the best Toto be attached to the crazy. It's true. I think I told you my theory already. The level, how good the box is inversely proportionate to how crazy she is. So the crazier she is, the better the box is. And she's cuckoo clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason I could even try to explain partner. Because he, as fast as he is, he should have run very fast away from she. but they still there together. They gotta be doing crack together. That is a tie that binds. Crack. Highway speeds in Florida 65 to 85. Excuse me, 70. Joking. Allow me. I know she's not a great person. No, she's a terrible person. Oh yeah, you can't get back. You can't back in park in Florida. See, that's crazy.
I've not never mind. Florida ain't a replace anyway, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Florida ain't nothing but Peninsula VI. That's all it is. They just be making up stuff. Now, so do you think she took accountability for what she did? The man was following her, clocked her at the 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. Do you think she took accountability? No. Here's the stupid excuse this girl uses.
I would wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McDaniels with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous, excessive speeding.
I understand my tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your lane, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous, excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I communicate with you, sir. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't, but you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
Sir, I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here, and it's straight on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode, and I see that. My apologies, sir.
As fast as she is on the track is how slow she is up here. You hear that excuse? She said her tire was low.
29, 29.
She said her tire was low. That's why she was crossing on the shoulder, doing 104 because her tire was low. That girl dumb.
She can't even lie good.
Keita said she high as hell and lying. She gotta be. She lock her up and keep her there. You crossing on the shoulder, doing 100? Where were you even going?
If she had just said, officer, I just felt the speed under my arms. I wanted to really just stretch my arm. I'm wrong. I shouldn't have done it. You're right. Here's my document. Or she could have just said nothing and give him the documents. Because luckily, he actually sounded like a reasonable police officer to pull her over. It could have been some a-hole who drag her out the car and be like, and make a whole scene about the whole situation. But
yeah, that's my synopsis. Lock her up for a good little minute. She deserves it. This is her third that we know of doing something dumb and not taking accountability for it. Accountability from some woman is non-existent. Logic apparently is a race she cannot win.
Here we go.
For all we know, that officer saved her life. Not only hers, but someone else's.
Correct.
Because the way she was driving, come on, dog. You doing 100 and hitting the shoulder? Are you dumb?
And flashing people to move out your way?
Where you going?
And for the officer, what she even passed him?
Yeah.
You just passing the police now?
and then trying to get out the ticket. Why you girl, you high. She on something strong, man.
She could have said that too. She was like, I was smoking. I didn't realize I'm going that fast. It just felt free.
Then I said that.
But she could. She done say all kind of other stupidness. But just say nothing. You have the right to remain silent.
Facts.
It is your right.
I mean, she should. Whoever her lawyer is, because she gotta have one by now. Whoever her lawyer is, need to tell her, hey, shut up. Stop talking to the police.
That lawyer tired of she just take that whoever it is just taking the game, they retain a fee done and they didn't know.
He gonna stay employed. Something tells me this ain't the last of her.
Yeah,
but
be
hey,
good.
There we go.
I just went on the window, had my documents, and been like.
So there you go. That's what happened with Sha'Carri Richardson lately. All right. What? Nicki Minaj. That's the next woman on today's list.
Oh my
Nicki
God.
Minaj. The Barbs are mad because Nicki Minaj is getting roasted. She has been up under Trump more than Trump's wife has. Melania has not held the hand of Trump as much as Nicki Minaj has in the last couple of weeks. And as we found out recently, Nicki Minaj is not a citizen of America. I want to know. As much money as this woman has, as long as she's been in the States, since approximately 5 years old, she's been in the States and still is not a citizen. She's been sucking orange eggplant, trying to get his thing, and now she thought, or she tried to say that she's now a citizen after getting the Trump gold card. But let's see.
Trump really played Nicki Minaj, and she didn't even see it coming. Nicki Minaj went online earlier this week bragging about receiving a Trump gold card and being one step closer to citizenship. But it turns out she was completely bamboozled, and here's what people need to understand. Donald Trump created the gold card concept as a way for wealthy individuals like Nicki Minaj to fast-track their pathway to citizenship by paying $1 million or more to the U.S. Treasury. Nicki, however, claimed she received the card for free, and now we know why, because the card she was given is completely fake. But here's where it gets messy, because the White House just shut her down and released a statement denying that Nicki Minaj ever received an official gold card. As a matter of fact, a White House official told the press the card Nicki Minaj received was nothing more than a memento.
Yo, when will people learn that the Trump administration will never be loyal to you? It doesn't matter, especially if you're black. We haven't had enough examples of that yet.
Clearly not.
Remember when Ice Cube was talking down on the Democrats and whatnot, and his plan, and then he took it to the last Trump administration, and then they just put him in a MAGA hat and like sent him on his way? Like, when will we?
Here's your souvenir.
How much fans has Snoop Dogg lost by taking a little change and playing for Trump then? Like, just to do a little jigaboo minstrel show thing? Why? Is it worth it? Because Nicki Minaj, in this pandering that she's been doing lately to get this damn fake gold card, she's lost like the whole LGBTQ community, which is her people. That's a good portion of her fan base. Is it worth it? I don't understand. I don't even know if she's serious about it. I don't even know if she means what she says. When she talking about this the best president ever, and he talking about she's the best rapper ever. Like, how can you not get sick to your stomach just making up stuff? Nicki Minaj should drop an album and see what support she has left. Why is she still making albums? She's retired like 3 times now. That's another thing. Yeah, so the Barbs.
He did never really retire.
Why though? Like, I mean, you get all these other things going on. Why not retire as a rapper after a certain?
Does she have anything else going on besides losing her mental health?
She ain't got no businesses. You have to have some businesses. I know she ain't got like no Fenty type level business.
Keeping her husband in track is her business. You know what? Let me move on, because you can just get me right.
The fact that her husband can't go to no graduations and stuff for this son has always rubbed me the wrong way. But yeah, let's move on. I've realized a lot of rappers idolize Trump. Like a lot of Nelly songs reference him in bars about what. Let's be honest here. Up like Trump, stuff like that. There's entire songs dedicated to Trump before we found out who Trump was. Like, we weren't really paying attention to how racist Donald Trump was until he came down that escalator running for president. He immediately attacked Mexicans before he even made it down. Like, I don't think we knew just how racist this man was.
Mm-hmm.
Mama be looking mad uncomfortable in the pics. And this was before he was president, so it makes sense. Exactly. People have to stop attaching themselves to celebrities. You don't actually know them or their personal opinions. They just make music. That's a fact. Celebrity worship is killing us. That's a fact.
Very true. Very true.
I see what you meant earlier, Neci. What's she talking about?
Me know.
Like, look at what selling your soul looks like. Yeah, and quite frankly, I'm not a barb. I don't even like Nikki. I think that she's a terrible person. And it's not a coincidence that she has like rubbed so many of her peers the wrong way. For me, if I see that you as a person, that like nobody messes with you, or the people that has messed with you, they all say the same thing, I tend to believe them. You know what I'm saying? And Nicki Minaj has rubbed so many of her fellow female rappers the wrong way, and like she gets so much hatred from that side. I gotta believe that she's a terrible person. But I did see a video that has
like it's part of the game.
Huh? What you said?
I think it's part of the game. Like rappers just have rap beef with other rappers. That's what I thought it was.
No, well, rap beef is one thing, but never collaborating with people at the top of the game and like none of that. That doesn't seem strange.
Didn't she collab with Beyonce?
Beyonce ain't a rapper though.
Well, that's true. Okay, you meant other rappers. Okay, cool.
Yeah, to me, that's her peer group, rappers.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj might have helped kill the power of being a celebrity. I don't know. Celebrities don't always have power.
No. Help kill the power? No. Now, if you had said Diddy, then I'd be like,
oof.
But not Nicki.
Oof. He who must not be named. Yeah.
I mean,
the baby oil monster. Yes, I think he has helped.
Wow,
he's helped a lot of us
baby oil monster.
See that you need to stop idolizing people because you literally don't know what they're doing behind closed doors.
Nope.
Them barbs still love her some mental illness. Yeah, they do. Hey, what going on, Irene? What going on?
Hi.
She doesn't like Beyonce anymore though. Like, dang, who has beef with Beyonce? And then I see Mariah Carey don't mess with her. Like, y'all not even in the same peer group. Nicki Barbies, Drakey's, what is a Drake? Beyonce, Beehive, Taylor Swifties, all cults with mental health issues.
Why they gotta be cults? When y'all following your football league team and you're giving out your jersey, watching the game, nobody counting out your dying no cults.
That's a good point. Hey, tell us in the comments, did Nixie make a good point there? Is the football love? Because me, for one, if you refer to your team as us, if you refer to your team as like us or we, or I don't even argue with you. Because you think you're on the bench.
Yeah, I did. I know people who you would think were on the bench. I know people that when their team lose, you can't even talk to them because they're so irate. Like you would think they were in the game. I mean, and it's a love for the sport. And I get it and I respect it. Music is no different. It's your love for your artist, but it's the idolization is the issue. Like don't put them so high, like they're so far from earth that they're no longer human. Don't do that.
Hey, damn, Nisi, she right though. She is. Football extreme love is definitely cult-like behavior. Nobody worse than Cowboys fans. Yeah, that's
it's Darren's comment. I don't know.
Tell us what you think in the comments. Do you believe that football extreme love it is cult-like behavior? I don't watch sports like that. But listen, I've been in workplaces where that's all they talk about, and it's exhausting. Like that's literally all they talk about from the time they clock in to the time they clock out. It's very strange. And then if you see their house, you would think they played on the team.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I won't even say football. Football because it's an American thing. Sports. But when it comes to like football, like soccer, if you tell me that's cultish, I would be like, okay. Because they would take that thing in a level that don't make no sense.
When you start calling out from work because your team lost, you want some. Yes, when the people become an idol and can do no wrong, correct. And we see too much of that. And we see it a lot. Listen, I'll be D writing, but Some people be deriding bad in the Virgin Islands too. Like, if you like somebody, that doesn't mean they can't be wrong, you know. It should be okay to call somebody out when they're wrong. Jesus. Like, you could like them and still say, hey, I wasn't really feeling that comment. We still cool, but I wasn't really feeling like what you said or what you did here. Oh, that was kind of corny, bro. Want to fight me over a football team that you don't get paid from is wild, but it's true. They really begin upset. Certainly similar. Disowning friends because they choose a different team than you. Yeah.
I mean, in the moment of the game, yeah, but when the game done, we should be cool. You know what I mean?
You've disowned friends during the game?
Yeah, like, but when the game done, like, we still cool. Like, just like, you know, that was like I had to pick a side and I got to stand my ground.
So I've never gotten into sports at all, but like I could watch it in person, I could follow it, I know how it works and all of that, but I don't have teams. Like maybe if the Virgin Islands had teams, maybe then, but other than that, I don't care about it at all. And like people, I just can't relate to people that like that's their whole personality. I've never understood.
Yeah, I don't have a team. Well, I used to have teams, but I don't have a team anymore. But I love a good rivalry. Like I'm for it. I'm for the shits and gigs.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with it. To me, it's entertainment, and it is entertaining. Oh, there it is. Army versus Navy is my that's the one game that I get into other than the Super Bowl. Army versus Navy. Go Navy.
Is it Army who usually wins? I know Navy won last year.
Slow down. They've won like the last 2 years.
It's a question. It
was you went straight to don't Army usually win? No.
I said, does Army usually win?
Okay, so Navy was on a streak for like 4 years, and then their quarterback, he graduated, and now Army started winning. Let me see what's the score on that day. Are you both upset? Yeah, but that game I do watch, and it's fun. It's a fun little rivalry. So do you even watch that?
I've seen it, but I don't usually just watch it.
Officially, the Navy has more wins than the Army.
Yeah, looking at right now.
Think it hard. Navy mostly won. Last few years, Army has won. Yeah, after the Navy lost their not lost. He graduated because he had to graduate. After Navy's winning quarterback graduated, we started taking L's. Can't this the Navy near Jah? No. Relax. Like, yeah, y'all, you can't compare. If you start comparing Army and Navy, I'm gonna start talking about ASVAB scores. Let's try that. Let's compare that.
High, so I good. Mine was off the charts. They were coming to me every day to find out why you want to join. I was like, leave me alone.
Just to give you a gun.
Listen, I would have been such a great asset. An asset doing what? I can't even throw straight or draw straight. You want me to shoot somebody? I don't miss.
I don't even know them people like that. I feel you.
Then I am military code for hitting bystanders. I told y'all this isn't for me.
Hey, you did the right thing not joining, man. I think I did the right thing by joining. I know a chick got a 12. I know a chick got an 8. An 8.
Like a figure 8?
An 8.
Huh?
An 8.
How do you get an 8 for your name?
By being a skunt. Imagine Neci as a soldier, she would be 3 times worse. 3 times worse? How? With what?
Worse than what? What does that mean? Worse in what way? I'm amazing.
I didn't know that they kept counting after that. An 8, yes, an 8. An 8. She took the ASVAB a couple times. But yeah, all right. So I want to know, we be having our questions. I want to know, what do you think about this dispute? Because this is something that happens. Yes, it's AI. Jesus. For you people that love to, I don't care. we having a discussion.
At least we're giving them it's not real. It's AI. So
Relax.
Okay.
Relax, you AI.
Before you get me all irate.
Jesus. All right, so we're going to ask you this question. Watch this video. Tell us who you think is wrong, or is anyone wrong. There are co-parenting situations that happen all the time. However, when you bring a stepfather, stepmother into it, there can be conflicts in disciplining, right? Now, I don't think there's anyone, or at least most people won't disagree, that if you become a step parent, you should treat the child like they're your own. Why is it then that when disciplining the child comes into play, so many have this issue? So check out this short clip. Tell us what you think.
Did you put your hands on my son? You may be my husband, but you're not his father. If he needs to be disciplined, you let me handle it.
He disrespected me in my home. And as long as I pay the bills, put a roof over his head, and keep clothes on his back, I should be able to discipline him. If it's a problem, he can go live with his dad.
You're crossing a line.
Did y'all get that? I know it was quick. All right. So, men now are saying they don't want to be step parents, and I think this is one of the reasons why they say it, and I understand it, right? Who was wrong in this situation? Tell us in the comments, what do you think? What do you think? What are your thoughts? Huh?
The mama is wrong.
Why is she wrong?
She's wrong. You can't tell me that this man is able to do everything but discipline a child. Like, he could raise the child, he could support the child, he can make sure the child has a roof over their head, blah, 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 all the things that the child needs, go to the games, the graduation, blah, blah, blah. But if he does something, the child does something wrong, I can't course correct the child. That's not how parenting works. And that's why a lot of these children today really just wayward, because there's no one can correct these kids. And so if I can't correct you let a teacher correct the kid when the kid go to school, or the principal, or wherever else the child will go correct them, but the parent and the other parent in the home can't do it. Yeah, miss me with a school bus, because I don't ride that bus anyway.
Now, Darren is saying, I think that's something you worked out before establishing a relationship. See, I don't know, man. That's a tough thing to say, only because at what point do you do it? Because it'll be like, okay, you knew I had a child when we were dating. You should accept them. I'm a full package. There's that mentality. So at what point do you be like, can I discipline them? What's a reasonable point in the relationship? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think there should be conversation, especially before you start to move in together. There needs to be certain conversations that take place. If there's child or children that is going to be involved in us living together, how we raising these kids should be discussed. Now, of course, you're going to have situations where you don't always agree, but there should be a very fluid conversation about how we're going to approach situations with the child. I do think that the stepdad should have some free rein in terms of disciplining the child. I do think that the mom doesn't always need to be aware unless it's something extremely serious. Because if I just say, hey, you stop leaving the milk out on the counter because you whatever, I don't have to tell them what I tell the child. Put the milk back in the fridge, or whatever the case may be. But if it's something serious regarding his health or school or whatever, yeah, I could like, hey, I told so and so about this, blah blah blah. This is what's happening, so the mom is aware. Now, if you don't want your child being disciplined by no man, just get you a Build-A-Bear. You know what I mean? One that you could just squeeze on when they come lay down next to you, they whisper in your ear, and they could go home in the morning. They don't need to be invested. You know what I mean? And you don't need to live with them, because I don't think people get what commingling really, really means. Yeah. Like, you're entrusting your kid with this person, just like how I entrust my kids when I send them to school. I'm entrusting them with the teachers, the principal, the monitors. They're responsible for correcting my child at school if they see them acting out. Imagine your child in a fight and the counselors them see your child fighting and getting beaten, but they don't pass because they can't correct your child. You gonna be vexed in school? Cause they just let your child being wayward and you don't know. Like we got.
Yeah. But we know that there are those parents that
they are, and they're wrong, and those parents are wrong. And they're the first one that always need help. And I'm not saying that even if you have help, these children can't go wrong. I'm saying it really takes a village to raise kids these days. It always took a village actually to raise children, and we need to stop pretending like it doesn't. And so if you want to be in a serious relationship that involves another person, and there's going to be another person in the house, they should be allowed to discipline your children. Now, discipline is a word that, of course, we know what it means. I'm not saying abuse nobody's children. I'm not saying to put your hands on people's children, because as if I were to discipline kids. But she dead wrong. She wrong. And then if that child was hearing a conversation that she was having with him, even though we know it's fake, like it gives that child more fuel to be disrespectful to him, because he knows his mom is going to be on his side. And that's where you build a monster.
Irene said something I want to touch on. You ain't blanking my child. Discipline, of course, but if I have a boundary of blanking my child and you're beyond that, you don't need to be in my child or my life. Now, first, I want to say I'm at a stage in my life where I don't believe in the spankings. Some children might need it or whatever. If you do it, that's your child, that's your business. That's how I see it. I don't personally believe in it. But I also want to ask this question. When you say that him who's in the life co-parenting with you, he can't do it, do you do it? Like, are you one of those that you're like, no hitting of my child, or you do it but he can't? Which one are you?
For me personally, there is no hitting. He's not hitting my children. Now, there's this, you could take away their game, you could take away their activities that they do, whatever. There's other ways of disciplining children, but there's no hitting of my child. That's how I feel. Because I've hit my kids when they were little, but I stopped that a long time ago. Yeah. So there's other ways of discipline that I believe is also effective. I'm not knocking anybody who does discipline their kids that way. But there's other ways to do it as well. That's when they become older, hit like teenagers, you can hit them Gondoa. Like, that's not what they care about. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So it's a no for me. But we will have conversations about how best we need to deal with certain situations. And sometimes we have to, as women, sometimes we have to also understand, like when we do discipline, we think we do what we feel is right. And then when somebody else disciplines our child, we want to be the protective person. So don't discipline him so hard. No, sometimes I know it's hard to accept that, but sometimes that might be what that child needs in that moment. And we're not the ones who will be able to enforce that for the child, right? And so I did communication, conversations. And I know being a parent is hard. Being step parents is hard. The child might tell you my mother, you my father. I'm trying to watch his mother and father in the way and tell you I wish you dead. Like trust me, there's all things that we don't want to hear our children say that could really hurt us and impact us. I get it. Because the children say mean things when they're hurt, right? And so it's a hard situation to be a parent, no matter if you're being a step parent, you're an adoptive parent, the biological parent. It's all still very difficult. It's also really hard. I can't hear you.
Like I said, as for me, I'm with you. I stopped a long time ago. I don't even believe in it anymore. I think it's a learned behavior that's been passed down, and it's caused a lot of trauma within our community. Whether you do it or not is your business. What I will say though, when it comes to disciplining a child, don't have somebody living with raising a child and they can do everything but that thing. I don't think that makes any sense.
None.
Like, if you want them to raise them as their child, then you have to remove the cuffs. Also, as a man, right? If you have a man that you're with and you want to co-parent with and you engage and all of this stuff, do not tie his hands saying something to the effect of like, if they do anything, come tell me. please don't be with him. If you're gonna do that to a man, tell him, because basically you're telling the child and you're telling him that I'm the last stop when it comes to discipline. I don't think that's a good idea. Especially if you're gonna leave the care of that child at any point with him. Don't do that. Do not do that. That's a terrible idea. Because if the child know, oh, he can't do such and such, he gotta go to mommy and I could go tell mommy, all they're gonna do is use that against both of you. So that's my 2 cents.
But that's a very real situation a lot of people encounter. And I do understand a lot of men might be resistant to wanting to do it because they know, like, there's that situation, there's that like marker where you feel like, oh, you know, I can do everything, like you said, but this. And then when I start to remove myself from being active in the chat, it's like, oh, you're moving different and you're really doing this and you don't come to the game and he missed you. You have to be the man in his life. But what does that mean? You can't tell me how to be the man in his life when you ain't the man in the situation. So there's a lot of
and that whole vibe where it's like, oh, he got a father already. Like the father's supposed to go be with them. Why you ain't with him then? Why you get me in here buying shoes, buying food, paying bills, but then the father is to go be with him. Let him take all these responsibilities that you got the next man doing. Because that don't make no sense.
I will say that I have been extremely blessed and extremely grateful that I've had 2 dads in my life. From when I was in junior high school, and I had a stepdad, and of course we all have those blah 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 blah. And I have my biological dad. I don't even refer to him as my stepdad. I just be like dad, and he calls me his daughter. And people be like, "That's your daughter?" He'd be like, "Yes." And when they'd watch it, he'd be like, "He ain't explaining nothing because it's his daughter." So I've been very blessed to have an amazing stepdad and an amazing dad as well. Both for different completely reasons. And so I think that children should have the opportunity to be loved by more than one person. If they can be loved by 2 dads or 2 moms or whatever the situation is, I think love should never be limited when it comes to a child, and they should have it in abundance.
Well said, man. Let me clap it up. Well said. All right, let me get to these comments. Let's see what they're saying in the comments. Well, damn. Okay, I lost my place. All right. Tessa says, no, it's not always defined. Most assume parental responsibility. Yeah, the conversation of when I'm going to step in as a step parent, like that's a hard, you don't know when to have that conversation. Like you can't have the conversation on first date. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But not gonna lie, as a stepson, I didn't really accept it in the beginning. You see, I is the one that get boxed up. I is the one that get boxed up. Cause you done tall as hell. Then you telling the man, oh, you ain't my daddy. All right, take off my shoes. Take off them shoes again. Pull them off. Them size 13s. Go ahead and take them off. You can't want the father around only for the good, but when the child misbehaves, I am not around. That's not parenting, good or bad. Boom. See that? At that same conversation, I would establish that or the potentials. Which conversation exactly? Marriage is not the same as dating, correct? You're single until you're married. Children are smarter than we give them credit for. Children will take advantage of when a father isn't allowed to fully parent. I had somebody tell me basically that, like, they tried to make it seem like a child can't manipulate a grown person, which is a damn lie. That is a damn lie. Children learn that they want a thing and they've learned what works. Children do manipulate adults all the time. I don't know where she got that lie from. Not gonna lie, a man's worst position is to be a step parent. It's a no-win situation unless the stars are aligned or he becomes a step parent while the child is a baby or a toddler. Oof. Agreed, Neci, all points. There are many men that won't cross that boundary of hitting your children. If the child is physically disrespectful and someone responds, fine. But you ain't hitting my child unless we talk about it. Do you though? Irene, do you do that? Like, do you discipline your child by spankings or whatever? I stopped getting spanked at a certain age because my parents realized it wasn't effective at a certain age. You know how I stopped getting spanked? I stood up. I got up. I'm like, that's enough, man. I'm taller than you. Come on. Come on. Jesus. Enough. That's real. Like, I literally stood up, hold the belt, like, come on, man. I grew up getting blanked, so I tried to avoid physically disciplining my child. I'd rather discipline other ways and talk with them through things if it can be avoided. Agreed. And too often, we parents, I'm not going to call, parents. As parents, there are some of us that will take to the belt as a first resort instead of a last. These children are smart. You can talk to them. But if a man is not a stepdad to my child, he should follow the same as me. I agree. As I would need to with his kids, I agree. It should be, if you want us to co-parent equally, I should be able to do what you can do. Shanice says, agreed. But I'm all for discipline for sure. I want him to lead, but those conversations are important to have in terms how to handle it. And as individuals, as we're coming together, we need to decide the appropriate time to have these conversations, because it's not always, sometimes we do just fall into like a role, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you might find out when it's too late, hey, you shouldn't have did that. That video was him blanking the child and telling her what he will do or leave. Could never. We don't know. The child could have threw a shoe at. Somebody get bad kids, you know. Somebody get bad kids.
Facts.
Like, and I don't know. They don't want to fight. They don't cuss. They don't truth. Like, I would have to see the video of what happened before. I was still young. He officially became my stepfather when I was 7. Children are the best manipulators. They absolutely are. Because all they know is they want something. What do I have to do to get it? All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay. Great conversation about it. Let me see. What else we got? All right. This is going to be fun. Valentine's Day coming up.
Start with fun.
Valentine's Day is coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what y'all would do if this happened to you. What if your girl did this, came home with flowers?
I know you just did not throw my flowers, my gift that I received from my boss. I know you did not do that, Cedric. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I received these gifts from my boss. It is Valentine's Day.
Methinks she doth protest too much. If you go out like that with me over some flowers from you, okay. All right, call him. Let me talk to him. let me talk to him. Are we really any better than children? We all have an inner child within us. We are all capable. You too contrarian for your own good enough. Is that what was said?
You can't help it.
Woo, child, are staying silent. Yeah, me ain't gonna lie. I think both overreacting. Yeah. From who? If your wife, if your significant other comes home with flowers from their boss, what would you do? Neci,
What would you do?
What would I do? Put him on the phone. I would do exactly what Cedric did. Big Ced. I would have tear up. Throw that flowers because you disrespected me, man. You disrespected me, man. No. First of all, if he gave it to you, what you should have done is probably leave them at work. Why? Because that's where your relationship is, at work. Leave it there. Why you bring them home? They're gonna die anyway. Why did you bring them home? You tested my patience, man. To put it up in front of me on Valentine's Day, you're tripping. You tripping. Why is your boss giving Valentine's? I mean, a boss could give Valentine's gifts or no. What do you think?
If a boss could give, I don't see anything wrong with a boss giving you Valentine's Day gift. I mean, if he's giving the whole staff, if everyone's getting gifts, it's fine. I mean, and the flowers that she pick up, they look like no special bouquet or nothing. Look like some carnations that you could pick up at any kind of store. It's like there was some dozen roses, or it ain't even come in a vase. It's still in the wrapping paper from the store that they come in. It look like no arrangement for me to be upset about.
You know what would have really pissed me off? If it was edible arrangements.
Yeah.
Where he live? Where he live? I think that would have sent me to the roof. The Walmart flowers is one thing, but edible arrangements? What? Nah.
I have a couple thoughts about the situation.
Okay.
I mean, I know it gives no context, right? And so to me, the flowers again, it look like the ones you just go in Walmart and pick up that they're selling the bucket with the price on there. He could have given it to all the women in the office and she just bring it home. Maybe she likes flowers. She likes to keep flowers in the house. Maybe she just bring it home. I don't know. He said he didn't look like the type to be buying flowers anyways. That's probably why he threw them on the ground in the
what? No. Cedric? Look at it. Listen to his name. His name is Cedric. That's a tricky name.
Which is why I feel like that's them little carnations shouldn't bother him because he know the quality of flowers his wife likes.
You see all them gray hairs and things. Them older mans know for buying flowers and cars and things. What are you talking about? Cedric.
The older men from the older days, not these new older ones.
Look, watch the video again. Watch his face.
Cedric the video.
Cedric the trick. Watch it.
I know you just did not throw my flowers, my gift that I received from my boss. I know you did not do that, Cedric. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I received these.
You telling me Cedric with the cut off sleeves ain't tricking?
He tricking like he ain't buying flowers.
Nah, but.
Nah. And that definitely look like some Walmart bouquet with a one balloon there with the generic chalk. Man, I get from.
Hey, that flowers look like he threw them against the wall and they explode.
Yeah, but it don't look like no special arrangements either. That don't look like.
Oh my God.
Came home with some customized flowers from the flower shop that had a card and a. Yeah, not only bonnet. I wish Sadie 100.
She's definitely more wrong than him, but it's
that look like Sadie look like a man who don't remember what Valentine's Day to buy his girl something and he actually come from someone another man. That's what I look like.
Oh man.
And he should step his game up and stop being upset at what you're not doing, what somebody else doing, and get on the track of what you need to be doing. That's it. Now, again, if she came home with some crystal vase that had in like a dozen red roses, and it had in the I forget what the flower called, the very expensive one, and it came with like a stream of balloons that come with the anchor to hold the balloons because they don't float. The helium ones with helium balloons ain't cheap, they're very expensive. Okay. If she came up with some stuff like that.
Hey, those were Irene said it had balloons there. Irene said she see balloons.
It had one balloon. It looked like one single little half balloon and
the one that'll go on the stick. You point the mug.
One on the stick. That's it. And you saw the little heart pocket on the ground alone. Have no brand on it. It's some generic thing. It don't look special.
While you're playing, that's $50 in the Virgin Islands. Those flowers look low effort, and the little cheap box of chocolate. What the real reason he going on? So you're saying that he's reacting badly?
Yeah, play the video again. Look at it, and then pause it, because the balloon, it don't look like nothing of quality.
Let me see if I can pause it. Okay. But also, you consider if your significant other came home and he had flowers and small balloon and whatever, would you feel some type of way? Let me see if I can pause this thing. Hold on.
I know you just did not throw my flowers, my gift that I received from my boss. I know you did not do that, Cedric. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I received these gifts from my boss. It is Valentine's Day.
You see that one red balloon?
It's a big balloon. It's a pretty big balloon.
It won't big.
So this is okay. LOL, the man's feet. She said, hey, Cedric seemed pretty calm to me. He got rid of the flowers and he done.
Cedric, no, that he gonna wiggle his way back into her. She ain't going nowhere. But my thing is, Cedric, you know, you shouldn't feel no way because you know what you do for your wife or your girl for Valentine's Day would counter anything she brings home from her boss. Now, if she's the only one that came home with gift from her boss, or she's the only one who got Valentine's Day from her boss, that's a little different. But even then, that don't even look like, if that's what getting between the relationship done unsteady already. If the relationship done, is rocks everywhere. You can't walk over it.
You know, after listening to it again, she sounded like the vindictive, petty type to like bring it home because Cedric did not get nothing.
That's exactly how she sounds.
Just to piss him off. Listen, yeah, exactly. Pop them. Pop that stupid balloon. Hey, remember that some of the Red Pill adjacent podcasts be saying women respect their boss more than their men? This gives that POV credence. She did go on with a lot. Like, I don't know. She was
did, but I don't feel like it's about a boss. I feel like it's to Cedric. Like why you vex Cedric? You ain't doing nothing. Why you like? Is how she was. And Cedric, they're like, he ain't do shit.
Hey, Cedric, and then damn cut off sleeves is killing me.
Cedric, you see Cedric coming downstairs, cool. He didn't even dress for us to go out after I reach home from work. He had no plans. He had no plans.
Said, sorry, man. It seems like the consensus is you didn't get a woman a flower. She brought home whatever she got, and you got pissed off.
And you know, I asked for the man. I got root for you and be like, he doing, but said he's so calm because he didn't even realize he didn't even dress. Where we going? Drive through? Like,
it was what he saying. If she buy my man something, she gotta buy me something too. You's an employee or what?
Are we not been like, what kind of chocolate you get? Like, open the box and we taste them together.
Oh my God. All right. Correct. Wait, no, I work for the company? What working on? Oh my God. I gotta come clock in, man. Hell. All right. So that wraps up another great live stream show. We gonna clock out from here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Go ahead and share the live. Let people know about a different day with Jah and Neci. Earlier on, we were saying that we're going to look to get back on to the actual station itself, not just the live stream, because we had technical difficulties. We got those fixed. I'm pretty sure we have. We're going to talk to the big boss, Lima Rowe, see about getting back on the air. But
speaking of Lima Rowe, if you haven't, go listen to Proud of Myself. Official video is out.
This was amazing and entertaining. Thank you, Irene. We appreciate it. That's big. Thank
you.
Yeah, we don't know the deal. Yeah, I would have thrown them. Yeah, I would have thrown the balloon, flowers, everything. But that's me. Good thing I don't do nothing for my.
That's the toxicity. You don't get nothing? The toxicity.
You got
stop my flowers and you have nothing on the counter for me when I bank the kitchen vacant.
Then that's fair. Then that's fair. If you ain't got nothing, no plans, no date, no nothing, you don't know the man point his good sleeveless.
You see he won't dress. What we going in now? That's what? That's probably for the Waffle House reservation. He would dress back.
Hey, Waffle House get reservations for February 14th. Do not forget, you could get your white table with the red roses and everything at Waffle House. So that's what he would. Matter of fact, that's good dress code for when you go skating. This man might want to like go and show up. That's where they went for their first date. He taking up. You don't know that. Great show today. Glad these flights late. Funny. This man is bragging about not getting his employees anything. See, good thing I don't do nothing for my employees for V-Day. Me wanting to become single, LOL.
Missing the point. The point is the gift should be platonic and everyone should get, so it doesn't seem like you have preference of one employee over the other, or it doesn't make the co-workers feel like you have bad intentions by only giving to them. If everybody in the office get flowers and everybody get the same box of chocolate, or is a variety of chocolate, and it's fine. That is absolutely fine. I have a good day, enjoy your weekend with your spouses, see y'all. Peace. You know, simple.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not leaving this because a sleeveless white denim jacket is
with a collar.
bananas.
With a collar.
P-A-N-A-N-A-S. That is crazy. That's his suit. His version of a suit. See y'all next Sunday, man. Every weekend, make time for a different day with Jah and
Neci.
Between the hours of 4 to 6 p.m. Currently, between 4 to 6 p.m. AST, 3 to 5 p.m. EST, until daylight savings time somebody abolish it. All right, but share the live. Let people know that we exist. Looking to get back on the station. We also have 2 podcast episodes next week. One on Wednesday, we got Bam V, local artist Bam V on Same Difference. And then we have Thursday, we have another episode. We're going to talk about the situation in depth with a few local Virgin Islanders about the DHS arrest. And yeah, check out Same Difference also. Go ahead and follow us. Like, share, subscribe. You can catch us on Instagram at Same Difference 2022 or on TikTok at Same_Difference_pod. YouTube is at VI_very_own. We have a PayPal if you'd like to donate to us to improve the quality of the show, improve the guests, all of that there. Let us know. Subscribe to Crucian Gal Neci. Spell it out for them, please.
Crucian with a C, not the Z. Gal, G-A-L, and you know it's Neci, N-E-C-I. You can find me on Facebook and on TikTok.
There you go, Crucian Gal Neci. Check her out. All right, guys. It was a great episode. We appreciate you all. See you next week. Love you. Peace.